The MCU needs something new. Avengers Secret Wars would focus on characters who won't have a major role in Avengers Doomsday. Doomsday will depend on the key post-Endgame players, particularly those revealed at the Chair livestream. Meanwhile, Secret Wars should bridge Marvel's legacy and its revival. Let's remember, on March 26, 2025, a livestream lasting over 5 hours revealed a large part of the Doomsday cast. There we saw Sam's small Avengers team, Yelena and Bucky's new Avengers, the Fantastic Four, Wakanda and Talokan, as well as the 2000s-era X-Men, not to mention RDJ's Doom and Loki, the God of Stories. It was specified that this cast represents the heart of the film, and yet we immediately noticed some major absences. No Spider-Man, no Hulk, no Deadpool or Wolverine, no Captain Marvel, no Guardians of the Galaxy, no Doctor Strange and his sorcerers, no Steve Rogers, not even Scarlet Witch or the Young Avengers. Honestly, that's a lot of people. This doesn't mean these characters won't appear, but their roles could be more important in what's next. We already know that at the very least, Strange, Tobey, Wolverine, Steve Rogers, and even some Young Avengers should appear. But then, why not announce all of them right now? Some, like Tobey and Hugh Jackman, may only appear briefly, perhaps just in the first 5 minutes, while others still have surprises in store before Doomsday's release. And that's what Alex Perez confirmed. According to him, the upcoming projects aim to reposition certain characters. Redefine the faces of Secret Wars, especially with Spider-Man, Brand New Day, with Peter and the character of Sadie. Sync, Jean Grace, who should have an extremely important role in Secret Wars, potentially Daredevil Season 3, and Vision Quest, which should logically bring together the Young Avengers. Basically, Doomsday is going to introduce us to the real protagonist of the movie, Dr. Doom. He will force all the heroes to face their responsibilities by manipulating them, first against each other, then confronting them with their own failures to serve Doom's plan. The Russo brothers love to play with our emotions. Aside in Captain America, Civil War, they made us appreciate Thanos before we saw him make a huge part of the heroes disappear, and then they followed up with the deaths of Loki, Natasha, and Tony Stark. They like making us uncomfortable and confronting us with impossible choices. In Doomsday, we'll realize something crucial. These heroes we've followed for years are actually part of the problem. Yes, all of them bear responsibility for the end of the world. All of them, at some point, made choices that contributed to the incursions. Whether it's Peter going to the Sanctum Sanctorum, Strange and Wanda with the dream-walking, Loki killing He Who Remains, or Ant-Man and the Wasp with their actions in the quantum realm. The Marvels in the incursion they caused. And above all, Steve Rogers with his choice to stay with Peggy. These heroes have already failed, and Doomsday is going to show us that directly. That's why the next phase of the MCU needs to be driven by a new energy. That's exactly what Secret Wars is going to embody. Doomsday will end with the heroes being completely powerless in the face of the destruction of the multiverse, and with the terrifying idea that the only viable solution is ultimately Doom's plan: destroying the multiverse to save it by creating Battleworld.